Sources are English textbook for class first year, language study, the pronouns and its kinds, pages number 29, 45 and 46 of the textbook. Why pronouns are important? All these are pronouns. Why do we need pronouns? Pronouns provide brevity. What is meant by brevity? Brevity means shortness of duration or expression. They prevent us from having to repeat the nouns. Imagine how wearisome a long prose would be if writers had to use the full nouns every time. That's why we need pronouns, because pronouns provide brevity. What is meant by brevity? Brevity means shortness of expression or duration. The antecedent of a pronoun. We can't talk about pronouns without mentioning antecedents. The antecedent of a pronoun is the noun, noun phrase, or noun clause being replaced by the pronoun. In these examples, the words in bold are the antecedents of pronouns. Give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. Actress Marilyn Monroe. The pronoun she replaces the noun phrase a girl, which is antecedent of she. Here are two more examples. Maria loves Saturday. It is the day she gets her pocket money. It stands for Saturday. Saturday is the antecedent of it. And Maria is the antecedent of she. Got it? The 8-mile walk passes through meadows and woodland. It takes in many points of interest, including the local airfield, which played an important role during World War II. The 8-mile walk is the antecedent of it. The local airfield is the antecedent of which. The term pronoun covers many words, some of which is also a pronoun, do not fall easily under the standard definition for a pronoun. Pronoun is a word that replaces a noun or a noun phrase. Pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. For example, Ali ran so fast, you would think his life was on the line. The pronoun his saved us from repeating the name Ali again. Got it? A pronoun replaces a noun. In Spain, apples are amazing. They look like cartoon apples. A- They is pronoun because it replaces apples. In fact, a pronoun replaces anything functioning as a noun. Phrase this Spanish apple from Madrid, it's a noun phrase and it is replaced by it in the next sentence and it is a pronoun. Types of pronouns. Common pronouns include I, me, mine, she, he, it, we and us. In truth, there are many different types of pronouns, each serving a different purpose. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used as a substitute for a person's name. There are two kinds, subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. That is, they either act as the subject of the sentence, who is the subject, who works, or the object of the sentence on which the work has been done. That is called object. As the subject of the sentence, they are I, you, he, she, it, we, they. All these pronouns are used as a subject in the sentences. For example, they went to the store. They is a pronoun and it is used as a subject. I don't want to leave. I is a pronoun and it is used as a subject. He runs a great shop in town. He is a pronoun and it is used as a subject. You can't leave either. You is a pronoun and it is used as a subject. As the object of the sentence, they are me, you, her, him, it, us, them. For example, please don't sit beside me. Me is a pronoun and it is used as an object. Go talk to her. Her is a pronoun and it is used as an object. Mary put the gift under it. It is a it is a pronoun and it is used as an object. Don't look at them. Them is a pronoun and it is used as an object. Types of pronoun. Personal pronouns, for example, he, they, we. Demonstrative pronouns, for example, this, that, these. Interrogative pronouns, for example, which, who, whose. Indefinite pronouns, none, several, any. Possessive pronouns, for example, his, your, our. Reciprocal pronouns, for example, each other, one another. Relative pronouns, for example, which, who, that. Reflexive pronoun, for example, itself, himself, ourselves. Intensive pronouns, for example, itself, himself, and ourselves. Got it? Possessive pronouns show ownership or possession of a noun. They are my, our, your, his, her, their. Its, note there is no apostrophe. Its, there is no apostrophe in this its, because if I will put apostrophe over here, it means it is. But this its shows possession. For example, is that my book? My shows possession. No, that is his book. His shows possession of him. That is its shelf. I would like to see their bookshelves. Its and their show possession. However, there are also independent possessive pronouns. These pronouns refer to a previously named or understood noun. They stand alone and aren't followed by any other noun. They are mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, theirs. For example, that is mine. Wrong. It's ours. So, I suppose those clothes are yours? No, it's theirs. Mine, ours, yours, theirs. These are the possessive pronouns because they show ownership. They show ownership. Indefinite pronouns do not point to particular nouns. We use them when an object does not need to be specifically identified. As such, it can remain indefinite. They include few, everyone, all, some, any, no one, several, one, anything, none, nobody, either, anyone, few, each, both. For example, everyone is here already. Everyone is indefinite pronoun. I don't have any paper napkins. Any is indefinite pronoun. Can you bring some? Some is indefinite pronoun. He is nobody. Nobody is an indefinite pronoun. I have nothing to declare except my genius. Nothing is indefinite pronoun. Got it? Relative pronoun. Relative means you use this word for your relatives. What is meant by relative? The person with whom you have some relationship, that person is called your relative. Relative pronouns are used to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. We often see them when we need to add more information. They are who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, that. The driver who ran the stop sign was careless. The driver who is a relative pronoun because who is pointing towards the driver. I don't know which pair of shoes you want, which is showing the relationship with pair of shoes. Take whichever ones you want, whichever is showing the relation with ones. No, not that one. That is showing the relation with one. A relative pronoun is used to head a relative clause or an adjective clause which adds more information to a sentence, which is also a relative pronoun because it is showing the relationship between the previous sentence and the next sentence. In each example, the relative clause is blue and the relative pronoun is red. Dr. Adam, who studied at Cambridge for more than 12 years, should have known the difference. Who is relative pronoun, and it is showing the relationship with Dr. Adam. Studied at Cambridge for more than 12 years. It's a relative clause because relative clause started with relative pronoun. Here the relative pronoun who introduces the clause who studied at Cambridge for 12 years and refers back to Dr. Adam. The man who is relative pronoun, first saw the comet reporting it as a UFO. In this example, the relative pronoun who introduces the clause who first saw the comet and refers back to the man. The adjective clause starts with a relative pronoun. Uses of some relative pronouns. Who for persons in nominative case, whom for persons in objective case, whose for persons in possessive case, which for things, and that for persons as well as things. That, which, who, whom, whose, a pronoun that heads an adjective clause. For example, the dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. The dog is noun, that ate the cake, it's an adjective clause, and that is a relative pronoun. And that is pointing towards the noun. That is pointing towards the noun, and that is showing the relationship. So it's a relative pronoun. The dog that ate the cake. That is a relative pronoun. Is looking guilty. You are talking about the dog that ate the cake. Intensive or emphatic pronoun. Emphatic means to put stress. An intensive pronoun, sometimes called an emphatic pronoun, refers back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. For example, to emphasize that it is a thing carrying out the action. Typically, we find them right after the noun they are intensifying. These pronouns typically end in self or selves. They are myself, himself, herself, themselves. Okay? They end in self or selves. Itself, yourself, yourselves, ourselves. Got it? For example, I myself like to travel. Myself is intensive or emphatic pronoun. He himself is his worst critic. Himself is emphatic or intensive pronoun. Intensive or emphatic pronoun, they came after a noun. Mostly they came after a noun, but they can exist at any place of the sentence. John bakes all the bread himself. Himself is an intensive or emphatic. Here the intensive pronoun himself refers back to the noun John. The cat itself opened the door. In this example, the intensive pronoun itself refers back to the noun the cat. Sarah can open it herself. Sarah, antecedent of herself, emphasizes and herself is an intensive pronoun. We can raise the funds ourselves. Uh, Antecedent of we is antecedent of ourselves, and ourselves is emphasizes and ourselves is an intensive pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns take the place of a noun. They can be singular or plural. A demonstrative pronoun represents a noun and tells us whether it is singular or plural and whether it is near or far. Including in time, there are 5 of them. They include these, those, this, that, such. These are ugly. This is demonstrative pronoun. Those are lovely. Demonstrative pronoun. Don't drink this. This is demonstrative pronoun. Such was his understanding. Such is a demonstrative pronoun. This is the one I left in the car. This is a demonstrative pronoun. Here the speaker could be holding a mobile phone. It is singular and it is near to the speaker. Shall I take those? Those is a demonstrative pronoun. In this example, the speaker could be pointing to some plates. They are singular and they are far from the speaker. Got it? These, those, this, such, this, those, all of them are demonstrative pronouns. They are pointing towards some noun. Demonstrative pronouns, near, and if it is singular, this is a leaf. This is a leaf. If it is far, we will use that is a leaf. Plural, these are the leaves. If it is far and it is plural, we use those are the leaves. Got it? Interrogative pronouns do just what they say. They work in sentences. They are posing questions. They are who, whom, which, what, whoever, whomever, whichever, whatever. For example, who is going to arrive first? What are you bringing to the party? Which of these do you like better? Whatever do you mean? Who told you to do that? The answer to this question is the noun represented by the interrogative pronoun who. Which dog won the race? The answer to this question is the noun represented by the interrogative pronoun which. Who, what, which, whatever, who, all these are interrogative pronouns because they are asking questions. Reflexive pronouns are similar to intensive pronoun or emphatic pronouns. The difference between the two is that intensive pronouns are not essential to a sentence's meaning. Meanwhile, reflexive pronouns are. Also, they are used when the subject and the object of a sentence refer to the same person or thing. These pronouns end in self or selves. They are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. I told myself not to spend all my money on new shoes. You are going to have to drive yourself to the restaurant today. We gave ourselves plenty of extra time. The dog bit itself. Here the reflexive pronoun itself refer back to the noun the dog. Are you talking to yourself? In this example, the reflexive pronoun yourself refers back to the pronoun you. We use distributive pronouns in order to refer to persons or things one at a time. For this reason, they are always singular. Either means the one or the one of the two. Neither is the negative of either. Each of the boys is healthy. Either of the roads leads to the market. Neither of the girls was late. Each, either, neither. They are the distributive pronouns. The pronoun each may have three positions. Each of the boys received a prize. These boys each received a prize. The third order is usually placed after a numeral. In the following sentences, each, either, and neither are adjectives, not pronouns. Each boy got a prize, each boy separately. There are trees on either side of the river, either side on both the sides. Neither accusation is true, neither bit any one of the two. The reciprocal pronouns are each other and one another. Reciprocal pronouns are used for actions or feelings that are reciprocated. For example, they like one another. They talk to each other like they are babies. They all support one another. Mutual support. Reciprocal. One another is a reciprocal pronoun. A pronoun testing paragraph. See if you can locate all the pronouns in this paragraph, no matter what your teachers may have taught you about pronouns, they don't always have it right. If your teachers ever warned you about the evils of gambling, however, they were right about that. You don't want someone breaking your kneecaps with his crowbar. It will hurt. The police might arrest you and you may never forgive yourself. There are so many pronouns in this paragraph. Are you able to identify them? Here is the key. No matter what your is a pronoun. Your teachers may have taught you about pronouns. They don't always have it right. If your teachers, your is also a pronoun, ever warned you is pronoun. All pronouns are in red about the evils of gambling. However, they were right about that. You don't want someone breaking your kneecaps with his crowbar. It will hurt. The police might arrest you and you may never forgive yourself. You, they, that, your, his, it, you, and yourself. All of them are pronouns. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Have a blessed day. Allah Hafiz.